Notice you get tired easier and quicker, which annoys me. So I've got to put the book down, look somewhere else, and come back and start again. So hopefully she will check my vision, which she did 12 months ago, and if it's too big a difference from my current glasses, we'll scrap those and put new ones in. One of the main reasons that I selected or requested to be admitted here was the fact that the services they provide are second to none. They think of everything. And that's tremendous. I mean, this is set up. You don't have to make an appointment. Well, you do, you make an appointment with her, but you don't have to leave the building to go to Collins Street.
As one gets older, vision starts to fade. The prevalence of eye disease is more common. There's macular degeneration, glaucoma, cataracts. But even in a healthy person with a healthy eye, the vision process is much slower. Seeing vision is important for all functions of the body and movement. It's important to have the eyes working as well as possible so that the vision processing can work properly, keeps the mind active and helps the body keep active with mobility. The eye clinic at the Royal Freemasons is very, very good. We have a full eye consulting room. We have the retinal camera, we have field machines, we do full eye examinations. It assesses the elderly with their perceived problems if they come in complaining that they can't see or that they're having trouble reading, but we will also look for unsuspected problems. So we'll see all the residents that are resident here unless they decline, but it's to do a full assessment as they enter Freemasons and then on a regular basis to do a maintenance of their ocular health, and which will then assist with mobility and with reading and with all their other functions. The retinal camera is a really integral part of this because we can take a photograph of the eye, initially with a healthy eye or with an eye that's got problems, but initial photograph, and then if there's any changes over the next years that the resident lives at the Royal Freemasons, we can monitor that, and we've got an objective measurement of what their eye looks like at the start, and if there are any changes. It helps us monitor macular degeneration, particularly glaucoma, and any other eye diseases or any other problems. It can also act as an education tool for the resident, so they can see what I'm looking at, they can see what's wrong with their eyes, and if the progression and their vision is changing, they can see what is happening and have an understanding of why it's happening, and then understand any treatment that is required. What we are looking for during an eye examination is the visual function of the resident and the ocular health of the eye, and then what the likely prognosis is, so that if there's anything to be worried about with the resident and with their vision, that we can monitor that carefully. So when I'm starting an examination, I will be initially starting with the vision with their glasses if they have glasses, or without glasses if they don't wear them, the state of their glasses, what their current spectacle prescription is like, what their eyes are like, if they have cataracts, if they've got glaucoma, I will measure the pressure of the eyes. We will look at the inside of the eyes with an ophthalmoscope and then with the retinal camera. But we measure visual fields to look for problems which can be caused by eye diseases such as glaucoma, and by general medical problems such as stroke, hypertension, and many other eye conditions that can cause decrease in visual function. I'll also look at their contrast sensitivity, so how good a resident is at seeing black on white as compared to grey on grey. Life is not black and white. Eye examinations in here measure vision on the charts as black and white, but life is not like that. So if they're trying to read in a dull room or see at night or see in dull conditions, I'll measure their ability to do that and demonstrate the change in visual function with different lighting conditions as well as with different general health conditions. So it's a broad measure of checking the general visual function. This has implications for their mobility, so if they can't see, they're dangerous to walk, they'll fall. If they've got peripheral vision problems, they may not see the ground. If they've got good peripheral vision but poor central vision, they may not see they'll see the ground, but they won't see who's coming towards them and won't see major obstacles. So it helps with activities, bingo, crosswords, Scrabble, daily reading, eating meals if they can't see, if they can't detect colours or contrast. It has implications for the lighting in the dining room and lighting when they're trying to read, where they should sit in their room to get daylight or to have a natural light. And for general health, also for measuring if they're doing their own insulin, for example, for making sure they can see the pen when they're drawing up their own insulin, and reading their medicine labels, reading the cards from their relatives, from family photographs. A person who has low vision, I may not be able to get them to read properly, but I can certainly get them to see headlines and to see photographs, so the grandchildren, the news, the pictures, they can see those. So there's a lot of work we can do with them. If their vision is fading, it's not the end of the world. Even if they're legally blind, it's not the end of the world. There's plenty of vision that can be obtained by use of lighting, lenses, magnifiers, and we look at all of that with them, so everybody is covered. I enjoy working with the elderly. To do this, you must be able to communicate with the elderly, get inside their heads. Everybody's the same with the body. The machinery may not be working quite as well, but it's the same person inside, and you've got to connect with that person and find out what their interests are, what they really want to do, and then I will gauge any visual solution, whether it's glasses or a magnifier or a combination of that and lighting, to suit what the person wants, not what a textbook says that person should be doing at that age, but what that person really wants to do. It could be doing Scrabble, it could be doing crosswords, it could be a man wanting to do his tapestry, and that covers everything. It could be somebody who wants to drive. If they still want to drive, I'm pretty strict on visual standards for driving. If they're wanting to read or write or use a computer, the visual tasks like computer reading are completely different from reading hard copy. So we'll look at that and tailor what their glasses are, what is needed for that particular person, the particular task that person wants to do. At the Royal Freemasons homes, we are truly fortunate to have state-of-the-art equipment such as my retinal camera, such as the visual field machine and the visual acuity chart, which is an internationally recognised calibrated form of the chart, to serve the patients, serve the residents of the Freemasons homes, give them the best eye care that it's possible to have. They don't have to travel, they can walk down the corridor. We run our appointments by schedule, but if somebody has an emergency, has a sore eye or broken lens or an ingrowing eyelash, they can always be fitted in on the day at short notice, and we'll squeeze our appointments to fit anybody in who's got an acute problem that hasn't been scheduled. Problems are never scheduled, so the Royal Freemasons residents are really well looked after. We try to do our best for them.